Take It Slow Homestead. I'm Carol, and right now I'm sitting next to my table. It's been in the family for quite a while and it's had a lot of use. And so recently I painted the legs of the table and I painted 4 chairs. And so maybe you noticed in the last video that I was wearing my paint pants. It was hard not to notice. And that's because I've been doing some painting. I've also painted some picture frames, and so yeah, I've been sporting my paint clothes for a few days now. But happy to say the painting is done, at least for a while. It's a good project to do in the wintertime when it's hard to go outside and play in the dirt. So that's what I did, and it really made a difference. I'm really happy to have this table. Like I said, it's been in the family for quite a while. It belonged to my parents at one time. So I'm happy to be able to use it now. But this video is not on painting, it's on planting. Because I am just about ready to put some seeds in the ground. Now, as you probably know, seeds are a miraculous thing. They're amazing. You take a seed and you put it in some moist soil, and pretty soon it starts to swell, get soft, and then after that it gets bigger, it enlarges. And then after that, it sprouts and it goes toward the light. It goes toward the sun. And so it gets enlightened. And then after that it grows and it grows and it flowers and it fruits. And then you get the reward. And the fruit can be delicious. So it's a miracle what a little seed can do for us. Yeah, it's really a blessing. So I'm excited to be planting some seeds today. Sometimes I like to compare a seed with advice that I might get. When I hear something that I think, I wonder if this is good. I wonder if this will be good for me. So I take it and plant the seed in myself, figuratively speaking. I plant the advice in myself, and after a while it might start to swell within me and soften, and I can understand it more. And then it can become even larger in me. It can enlarge and feel like it's enlarging my brain, my heart. I think about it a lot. Is it good? Is it bad? So then I keep thinking about this advice. And then if it starts to enlighten me, then I realize, maybe this is good advice. And then later on, as it keeps growing and growing inside my brain, inside my heart, and the fruits of it, or the results of it, are good, then it will be delicious to me. So, figuratively speaking, advice, or something that you learn, can be like a seed. It can swell in you and enlarge and enlighten you and become delicious for you. S-E-E-D. And so I think that's pretty cool. But today I'm going to, not figuratively, but literally plant some seeds in some moist soil. So let's get going. The seeds I'm going to plant today, at least what I'm going to start out with, are green peppers, and the variety is called YOLO Wonder. So they're from California, from Yolo County, California. In this little packet that I have here, there are 185 seeds. That's a bargain. I'm going to shop at this store more often. It's just a little store we have in town, but they have good stuff. So the first thing I'm going to do is pick out some of the big chunks of wood from my potting soil. I'm not going to use seed starting mix. I'm going to put these chunks right here in this bowl, because when you use seed starting mix, there is no fertilizer in it, so then you have to up pot your seedlings after a while to give them more nutrition. This potting soil has enough nutrition to start the seeds and keep them growing until they're ready to go outside. I just don't like the fact that there's larger chunks of wood pieces in here. This is really dry, so I'm going to be watering it down. Just going to work this in a little bit, mix it up. I like to start out with moist soil, and then when you water your seedlings in their little containers, like these right here, then the water doesn't have a tendency to just run off the top. If your soil is already moist, it gives the moisture a head start for soaking into the soil. Give a little bit more. That feels good now. So I'm just going to fill up some of these little containers. They're actually pretty good size. I would say 1.5 inches by 2.5 inches probably. I'm bringing the soil clear up to the top because it will compact a little bit. Now, I have one tray that has a cell missing, and I have another tray that has a big crack in the cell. So I'm going to cut this cell off, and then it's going to match up with that other 6-pack. Okay, there's the cracked one. There's the rest of this one, and then that will match up with that. I prefer sweet peppers over hot peppers. So I really doubt that I'll ever plant a hot pepper. I don't have any reason to, but I really do like sweet peppers. They add so much to recipes. So I will probably always plant sweet peppers. Okay, I have some more soil here that I will be using soon for other things, so I'm just going to set this aside. So there's some of the sticks that I got out of this soil. I'll put those sticks in my compost pile or just somewhere in the yard. Just let them decompose. I'm going to plant 2 seeds in each cell for these peppers, just in case one of them doesn't germinate, you know, and the other one does. So I have the possibility of getting a maximum of 12 green pepper plants out of this 6-pack, and a minimum of 0 in case none of them germinate. I shouldn't say that, but I'll do my best, and hopefully they'll all germinate, and I'll have peppers to share with my neighbors and my children. These seeds look really good. They're kind of big. Okay, there's 2 in each cell. And what I do is I just take a little stick like this and poke them in. About 1/8 to 1/4 inch deep should be good. I actually have a marker, which is a plastic knife from last year, and it says California Wonder. I'm going to stick this in these because these are YOLO Wonders, which I don't know if it's the same thing or not, but close. Green bell peppers. Sweet. Give it another drink. Okay, that one's all done. The next thing I'm going to plant, because I think this is enough green peppers, the next thing I'm going to plant is some celery, because I never have enough. But first of all, I want to show you something that's out on the porch. If you've watched my other videos, you've seen these tomatoes that I have out on my porch, growing up to the ceiling. Also, I have shown you this green pepper that I saved from last fall. It is happily still alive. This leaf right here looks like it's drying out. These leaves, they're all still good. That one's got a tear on it, but it's soft. So this is the first time I've ever saved a pepper plant from one year to the next and have it still be green like this. And I've got it in a great big bucket from the nursery. So here's my hand. That's how big the bucket is. And I will be planting this pepper plant outside this summer, when all danger of frost is past. Here's the celery. It's Utah celery. And the size of the seeds are about the size of black pepper. Really little. So I'm just going to sprinkle a few in each of these cells and see what I get. This package holds 0.16 of an ounce, 0.16 of an ounce. It's about a tablespoon, which is a ton. That's so many. Hundreds of seeds in here. So we'll just sprinkle. They're so small, I can hardly see them dropping out of my hands, out of my fingers. I'm going to give those first 3 a little bit more. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is take my little poker stick. I'm just going to stir them around a little bit, not much. Kind of poke and stir. Okay, I'm going to give those a drink. It's hard to be careful with this, but I'll try. All right. Then I have a little knife that says celery, so that will go in there. Okay, I think that's all for today. I have some tomato seeds that I'm thinking of planting. However, I have another idea. You know those tomato plants that I have out on my porch? They have suckers on them now, and I have not pruned them all off. So I think I will take some of those suckers and root them in quart jars of water. And when they are all full of roots, then I will either, depending on what day it is and what the temperature's like, if we have passed our last average frost date, I will take those tomato plants that I've rooted and put them either out in the ground or put them in a pot of soil and wait for the weather to be fair enough for me to plant them outside. Or I may just go ahead and plant them outside and put some walls of water around them. So we'll see what happens with the tomatoes. But for now, I knew that I needed green peppers and I knew that I needed celery, so I've got those in the ground. And it took a little while, but even when you take it slow, you can accomplish a lot. Thanks for watching.